Firstly, clamp your gizmo to the table with a G-clamp. We're going to make a coil using the thinner of your two mandrels and 0.6mm wire. To attach your wire to the mandrel, place a spool of wire on your lap whilst you work. Take the end of the wire and place it over the front of your mandrel, leaving a tail of approximately 3 to 4 inches. Take the tail of the wire behind the handle and wrap around to secure the wire. Place the mandrel into the smaller of the two holes in your gizmo. Place the mandrel up to the gizmo plate and begin to turn the handle with your left hand whilst feeding the wire through your right hand with your thumb and forefinger. Keep the wire taut. If you get a gap in your work, push the coil onto the mandrel and it will close the gap. Continue to make your coil until the mandrel falls naturally out of the far hole. Remove the mandrel and cut off the excess wire at both ends of the mandrel. Carefully slide the wire of the mandrel and snip off the ends to tidy and remove any sharp edges. We're now going to cut this coil into 3 4.5cm lengths. Now tidy up the ends of each length again, removing any sharp edges. Taking your spool of wire, you now need to thread each of your coils onto the wire. Place the spool back onto your lap and then taking the small mandrel, attach the wire to your mandrel as before. Place the mandrel back into the gizmo and up to the gizmo plate. Start by making 2 or 3 coils with the wire. Then using your thumb and forefinger on your right hand, push the coil up to the mandrel as you turn the handle. As you get to the end of each bead you've made with your coil, you need to do at least 6 turns of the handle between each bead. Repeat the process for 3 coils. Finish with 2 or 3 coils at the end of your last bead and remove the mandrel from the gizmo. Cut off the excess wire at the ends and then remove the beads from the mandrel. You now need to cut in between each bead and tidy up the ends to remove any sharp edges. You can add different effects to your beads by placing different colour wire between the coils. Once you've made the beads, keep them on your mandrel. Attach another colour wire to the mandrel handle and then carefully and slowly guide the wire, feeding it into the grooves of the coiled bead. Cut and finish the beads in the same way as before. Attach two different colour wires to the mandrel in the same way as before. Place the mandrel into the gizmo. You need to turn the handle slowly to ensure the wires do not overlap as you coil. Keep the wires separate as you feed them onto the mandrel. You can make larger beads by using the larger mandrel. Prepare the wire in the same way as before and make a full length. Remove the large wire coil and thread onto a spool of wire. Then take your smaller mandrel and attach the wire to the handle. Place the mandrel into the gizmo. Make 2 or 3 coils. Using your thumb and forefinger, push the coil onto the gizmo.